I'm going to live a happy life. I've entered this place. All along, when I used to hear stories about this place, I was like, when will I ever come here to visit this place? Today I've visited, and there are a lot of interesting things that one has to get to know about this place.
That the construction took about 6 months.
About 6 months.
6 months only.
All this big building.
Yes.
Mm.
Then to install the radio and other things also took about 4 months.
4 months.
We are here in Soroti district, Arapai sub-county, Dakabela county, Arubela village, where there is a site for former radio
station.
It's external?
Former external radio station, Dakabela.
Okay. You have heard from him. I want us to know him and what is his role in this village, and he's going to tell us more about this place. Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, I'm Michael. Formerly, I was a chairman, also one of this area for about 23 years. So that's when I got this job working with the UBC as a security guard for this.
Which was that?
It was 2008.
2008.
August on the 8th. That's when I got an appointment with the UBC.
Okay.
To work as a security guard for this place.
So you are in charge of the security of this place.
Yes.
We want to take you back.
Okay.
When was this place established? What do you know about this place?
Yeah, understand. This place was established in 1975.
During Amin's regime?
Yeah, that's when Amin opened it. And it started working up to 1986 when Museveni took power from Tito Kelo, General Tito Kelo Lotwa.
Let's pause a bit. Ibalajo, the radio went on up to 1986. Yeah. It means this place was still operating.
Yeah, it was still operating. So when insurgency came in Teso here, that's when this place was dismantled by the rebels.
Was it during the LRA?
No, it was a FOBA. Led by Hitler Eregu.
Which year was that?
That was 1986 to 92.
Okay.
86 to 92.
So rebels don't this to dismantle the place.
Yes. Later on, those machines were taken by, I don't know, some people from far, because they used to come with the vehicles and pick those metal key irons and load them on the vehicles, and they took.
Yes. Now, during those days when the radio was still operating, how was it working here? Were the villagers also part of it?
Yeah. People used to get some money from the workers here, because when they earn their salaries, they come out to the village there, drink local ajon, waragi, buy chicken, and other stuff, food stuffs from the community.
From the community?
Yeah.
You think this radio is located on which side of land?
Okay, this radio is located on this land, which is 360 acres large.
Who is now owning that land? Is it still under the management of the radio?
Okay, this land is still managed by the Ministry of Formation under UBC. And right now, it is the community which is using the what? The land for
temporarily.
Temporarily.
So the couple touch case like do they pay some money?
No, they don't. They don't touch. They don't pay any money.
Okay.
They use freely.
Freely. So this what can be tamare ngoda very plotty.
Yes, so if you get a plot, they can allocate you. Then you also use it. Yeah.
Let's know more about this place here. For how long? For what happens here? What right now, since there's no machine there, what happens now here?
Yeah. So for us, because we are two, we are just guarding it, and from those ones who need to come and what get these irons from those walls, they are for scrap.
Yeah, to pick this iron.
To break those walls and pick the irons for scrap.
Yes.
So that's our work, and secure the land, from
land grabbers.
So that's what we do here.
Okay. I think you're going to take us through the tour of the place. You show us how it is.
Yes, I can lead you.
Okay.
construction took about 6 months.
About 6
6
months.
months only.
All this big building.
Yes.
Mm.
Then to install the radio and other things also took about 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
That means in 1 year,
In
everything
1
was
year,
set up.
yeah, and it was opened.
Wow. It was formerly called the Radio Uganda.
It was called the Dakabela External Radio Station.
Dakabela External Radio Station.
It was the biggest radio in East Africa by then.
This was one of the biggest radio stations in East Africa, Dakabela External Radio Station,
Broadcasting radio station.
Dakabela Broadcasting Radio Station. And like if you follow records, like how far was this radio station covering? Like which other areas outside Teso was this radio station covering? If you try to recall some of the
Okay, if
stories you
you
had.
understand, it was East Africa.
It was covered in the whole of East
yeah,
Africa.
East Africa. It was broadcasting
Wow.
around East Africa.
Around East Africa.
The 3 countries
Mm.
that build the East Africa.
By then that is Uganda,
Kenya,
Kenya and Tanzania. Wow.
So, and the staff quarters there,
Mm.
it was the place which was first built before here.
Mm.
The other buildings also took about a period of 3 years when they were constructing the staff
The staff quarters.
quarters.
So that means the staff quarters happened to be a bit bigger than the radio.
No,
How come the staff quarters took 3 years and
I don't
the
know,
radio
maybe
took
the-
about 1
maybe
year?
the contractor was very slow
Was very slow.
because the contractors who built here understand they were from Yugoslavia.
Was
Yugoslavia. Yeah,
Wow.
those were the people who led the construction.
Mm. So today this building just remains lying in the land of about 360 hectares of land. It's only being talked about because of the good stories it used to have. Maybe if you recall very well, did you also ever hear that President Iddi Amin came to this radio station to possibly give a speech, pass out a message, like the way the public is actually talking from the outside?
It was true.
Mm.
Because that time I was about 10 years
Yes.
old.
Mm. When the president came here to give a speech.
So after giving a speech here, he left to Moroto. Then from Moroto, that's when he took off.
After giving a speech from here, he left going to Moroto. From Moroto, he finally went to exile.
Yeah.
Up to today, he has never. I need to take you guys through this one building. You need to see how exactly it looks like. These are some of the rooms. Some of the rooms. I suggest some of them. Some of these areas were conference room where meetings take place. I see some writings here. Some people have written some things here. The local language. I see UBC written there. It now remains an area that most people come just to visit and of course pass time. This place would be a place of impact, a place that would actually bring Teso back to the map again. Because this area, a few people know about this area, and it happens to be a very unique and special area. I can tell you it is a very interesting area to be. In case you're outside there, you need to check out this area. One interesting thing that will actually make you get surprised is the structures. I don't know what kind of concrete was used for building this area, but I can testify and tell you the building is still strong. Imagine all those years, all the rains that have actually fallen down, all the heat that has been shining, but the building still remains strong and firm. Check it out. Just check it out. I am enjoying it. It is cool inside here. It's not like producing that heat. So it'll be like it's hot. It is really so cool inside. The area is so strong. This place actually connects us to the story of the former president of Uganda, Iddi Amin Dada. Most of the people describe him as a dictator. So for people who don't know about President Iddi Amin Dada, I'm briefly going to explain his story here. But make sure you first subscribe so that I can talk about the late President Iddi Amin Dada and of course what actually happened to him. May his soul actually rest in eternal peace. Iddi Amin Dada was a Ugandan military officer who served as the president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979, popularly known as the Butcher of Uganda. He was considered one of the toughest leaders in the world history. Amin was born in Koboko in 1946. He joined the King's African Rifles (KAR) of the British colonial army as a cook, where he rose through the ranks to the position of a major and remained in the armed forces, rising to the position of major and being appointed commander of the Ugandan army in 1965. He became aware that the Ugandan President Milton Obote was planning to arrest him for misappropriating army funds, so he launched a military coup in 1971 and declared himself president. During his years in power, Amin shifted from being a pro-Western ruler enjoying considerable support from Israel to being backed by Libya's Muammar Gaddafi, Zaire's Mobutu Sese Seko, the Soviet Union, and East Germany. As Amin's rule progressed into the late 1970s, he then attempted to annex Tanzania's Kagera region in 1978, so Tanzania President Julius Nyerere had his troops invade Uganda. They captured Kampala on 11th April 1979 and ousted Amin from power. Amin was forced to flee into exile by helicopter on 11th April 1979 when Kampala was captured. He escaped first to Libya, where he stayed until 1980. Amin went into exile, first in Libya, then Iraq, and finally in Saudi Arabia, where he lived until his death on 16th August 2003. Amin did not write an autobiography and he did not authorize an official written account of his life. There are discrepancies regarding when and where he was born and how he fled into exile.